What's up, nerds? Back with another video. So this is a post-edit pre-video edition because I actually already had this video uploaded, edited, and ready to be released today. And then I had something happen that I wanted to show you because it's relevant, directly relevant to the video. I mean, he actually literally says what I say in the video. So I thought we'd go over it. So literally, I've got this video right here, Hidden Master Lift, right? 13 minutes, 14 seconds. And I have it right here. It was already in my drafts, ready to be uploaded. I had it uploaded. I mean, let's see, officially, what's the date created? I created this video the 24th. Today's the 29th. So I've literally had this video ready to go for all of this time. And then what happens? So I'm watching some Sam Sulek today. He just put this video up November 29th, 2025. And in that video, what does he say? He says,
same with back, right? That's why I'm using straps. So I don't have to send any signals down my arm into my hands to really hold on tight, because when you do that, then you're going to get forearm, you're going to get extra bicep. So with the straps, you lock in, your hand just acts as a hook, so you don't have to send so many signals. You can just really focus on your lats. You know what I'm saying? So I guess that's kind of I don't want to say, like, I'm not saying skill issue in like a mean way, but the better you get at, maybe not mind muscle connection, but just targeting the specific muscle that you're working and nothing else, like really getting better at isolating it, then hitting certain workouts after one another becomes a lot more interchangeable.
And so he's talking about something, I do think, he says maybe not my muscle connection, it is my muscle connection. And it's funny, he says skill issue. That is why this is called Hidden Master Lift, because while you might not be the strongest, most ripped, jacked guy, right? You can still have impeccable technique. You can still be extremely strong because you are not throwing around accessories in your body to get a lift to happen. You are focusing on that one muscle. You might not be doing a whole lot of weight at the time, but as you lift, as you grow, you get more weight, you focus on just that one muscle. And then if you go to do a compound lift, you can push your body even further during the compound lift because you are isolating, you have isolated that specific muscle group. And then when you use it for a complex lift, you're able to work more effective. You're able to move the weight more efficiently because you have more strength in that isolated muscle, and then you get to kind of ego it a little bit more. But so I had this video, I was going to upload this video, but then literally I saw the Sam Sulek video. It's literally exactly what I talk about in this video. And I was going to upload it earlier, but then I was literally going to upload it yesterday, and then I had the Afro Beats project, which kind of just inspired me and took over. But yes, I just had to post this because it's like sometimes, the justification is just so sweet, and it's just so satisfying having Sam Sulek talk about shit that I talk about. I mean, the man's got how many hundreds of thousands, millions? He's got 4.3 million subscribers, and me, middle of nowhere, nobody out here in the seas of YouTube talking about the same stuff. So hey, on the right track, baby. What I'm talking about isn't total bullshit. So at least if what I'm talking about is bullshit, then so is Sam Sulek. Anyway, enjoy the rest of the Hidden Master Lift, which basically came about because I hurt my hand and I could not really get a good grip. So I was focusing on different parts of my body to get the most out of my lift, just like Sam, how he says, uses straps so your arms, you're not putting extra energy or You're not thinking about anything in your hand, forearms, anything like that. You're simply focusing on just for the back in his example. Anyway, okay, enjoy the video. Thank you for getting through the preface. See you in the next one.
Can I get
What's up, nerds? Back with another gym video. This is a injured video. I ended up after, so I don't know if you've been catching up on videos, if you're someone that watches every day or all the videos I put out. So I did a video a couple days ago about my father's birthday present where I did a 3D print of a Darth Vader thing. So after I did the 3D print of the Darth Vader, I printed another lightsaber. And while I was removing the excess PLA from the lightsaber, I ended up cutting myself on the outside of my thumb, which was slightly annoying to say the least, because I hate getting injured on my hands, because obviously your hands are super important when you're lifting. You need to be able to hold the weight, obviously less so for leg day. But I had actually already done leg day, and I could have doubled up no problem. But I've personally just, wanted to work on my upper body. It's been something I've been working on. And so losing out on a day to train various upper body muscles, was not exactly, I was not happy, to say the least. So I wrapped my thumb up in a gajillion different Band-Aids, and I did as many exercises as I could do with the monkey grip, which is essentially where you have your thumb on the sides of your hands. If you make a fist, instead of having your thumbs curl over your knuckles, you've got your thumbs on the outside of your fists. And it's not exactly the best grip when you are bench pressing, because you can slip and drop the bar. Very similarly, if you're doing a push day, traditional push day exercises, it's not great because, again, with like barbells, I guess bicep as well. If you're doing barbell curls, if you're doing incline press, anything like that, you want to have a solid grip around the dumbbell so that you do not drop it. But again, however, for the exercises we're doing in the video, you'll see the majority of them I'm able to do monkey grip or neutral grip and still get a nice workout. And it's something that I train, and something that I practice is the Jackie Chan egg technique, as I like to say. And it's really just a mind-muscle connection thing. And so if you haven't seen the, viral clips or whatever, there's, viral clips of Jackie Chan or just martial artists in general. Again, it's just, a mind-muscle technique. And it's where Jackie Chan takes a soft egg, or an unboiled, a regular egg, uncooked egg in its shell in his hand, and he goes over and he breaks a bunch of cinder blocks with the egg still in his hand. And then afterwards, he takes the egg and cracks it and dumps the yolk and stuff into a glass, showing that he, broke those bricks and did all of that while still being able to keep the egg soft. And the technique behind that is you are able to keep your hands, or just whatever part of your body, the mind muscle connection, you're able to keep your hands and the strength and pressure in your hands, and you're not gripping, death gripping closed your hands and using that as a way to sort of cheat, quote unquote. I mean, again, it's not like, who cares? It's not like we are, it's not like, we're showing off to each other. It's not like, it's like, oh, I bet I could do the egg cement brick punch and you can't, it's not like you're cheating. It's not like this is a serious deal. It's just something to, especially for me today, I don't want to be super gripping my thumb and end up, breaking and the skin and bleeding all over everything. So if I'm able to perform these exercises with a neutral grip or with a monkey grip, it is significantly easier for me to not break the skin on my thumb, and it's easier for me to focus on, it's just easier, but also better, to be focusing on whatever muscle you want to squeeze, whatever movement, the main movers that that produce muscle growth, hypertrophy, muscle growth, all that good stuff. And so I actually, on a side note, so that's kind of the one of the goals of this video is to just talk about the mind muscle connection that allows me to lift without breaking my thumb skin and bleeding all over everything. But also that mind muscle connection is something that even if you're not, doing stupid martial arts, what would you call them? Martial arts, not necessarily technique, but they have like when you show off something for many people, it starts with an E, not expedite, exhibition maybe, but when you're not doing, things for show, it really does help you lift in a way that increases muscle growth. I mean, you shouldn't be exerting strength on your hands to hold, in this case, or doing chest flies. So actually we're just done with chest flies. There was a guy on the, actually there was two girls. I wasn't doing this to like look at the girls. I got to imagine in their head that they're probably like egoed out of their mind. It's like, oh, this guy's chasing us around doing all these machines, when it's just like, these are just good machines. These are just like, things I want to do today. Doing a little bit of push pull, kind of a little bit of a weird combo. But again, you could see the monkey grip. I'm not gripping around. But so in this case, in the chest press, so my chest is blown out, so I'm doing a lot of drop sets. But the point is that I am focusing solely on the chest muscle activation, on the pushing and pulling of the chest muscle, the eccentric, concentric, all of the great, buzzwords. The point is that I am not wasting strength on gripping my hands and keeping my hands closed. I'm utilizing all of that strength and translating it into push power. I'm focusing entirely on my chest. So while this is, a video I don't want to, lose days off. I want to be able to do exercises that, that resulted me not bleeding all over machines. The other aspect of it is, being as efficient as you can with your movements, making sure that you are fully engaging all of your muscles, fully engaging your body in these lifts, and having the best technique you possibly can. And oh my God, so this chest day as well, or this chest pump, it was a long day. I was exhausted. I was getting in there. I mean, it was like all over. Oh, it's funny. I see these guys on camp. They're like, oh, are we going to do this? And it's like, I literally just came back, cleaned up, and then they took over right after. But that was the one thing I wanted to talk about was, really, you don't have to be like a martial arts weeb. You don't have to take, martial arts classes. Just imparting to you, the random viewer in this video. If you've made it this far, shout out to you. But, there are just multiple different aspects to life, different aspects to things all over. Something that great martial artists say, and stroke myself. Oh, look at me, Mr. Great Martial Artist over here. But something that I've heard and read, which is why I think this way and make videos like this and talk about these topics, is that life is martial arts. Like, there is a martial arts to living life. Everything you can improve on, everything can be a teaching moment. And it's just a matter of looking at life that way, changing your perspective. I mean, people stumble upon these things, it's not like you can't think this way. You don't have to think about life as a martial artist to just be like, wow, it turns out if I don't think about putting so much energy into my grip, it turns out that I can, exert, have better form. And because I'm not, changing it up to, to accommodate my grip. Turns out if I do a chest press and I don't think about, my grip while I'm doing chest press, I could get better gains on my chest, like, wow, surprise. Well, who would have ever thought? However, if you do change your thinking and you change your life, it makes it easier to make these breakthroughs. It makes it easier to just, for me, makes it easier and more fun to progress in life. And the last thing I wanted to talk about. Well, I mean, there was another thing I wanted to talk about. But I'm not going to talk about in this video. The last thing along kind of this way is whenever you read animes, mangas, get through these stories, there's always hidden masters. Like you can have, there's the top 10 demon kings. There's the top 10 Murim leaders. There's, the 3, divine swords. There's the 10, golden shields. And, they have all these names for all these known people who, have all of this fame from doing or being at a certain level or doing certain things as far as it's obviously in these manga stuff, animes, it's martial arts things. But just because they are the most known, it does not mean that others do not exist. And my goal is to be a hidden master. Just because people don't, just because I don't have thousands of subscribers on YouTube, just because I don't get, millions of views, doesn't mean that my doesn't mean that my videos, doesn't mean that my content or my YouTube channel should be any less than what I'm capable of. It doesn't mean that I should be lazy. Oh, just because no one watches me, I can make lazy videos. Just because no one watches me, I can make bad stuff. I want to make good quality content. I want to make things that I think are important to talk about. And just because, I'm not some crazy subscribe guy doesn't mean anything to me. I want to be a master, regardless.
Drop a comment, get absurd. Subscribe if you had some fun. We drop bangers one by one. Check the description down below for all the links you need to know. Thanks for watching, you're the best. Now go